The tool is not the talent. The system is not the story. You are the vessel and God is the source. Ready to grow with resilience, clarity, and confidence in leadership, career, and faith? Welcome to The Next Move. I'm Orvin Kimbrough, CEO, author, and founder of The Thriver's Path. I went from foster care to the CEO seat, and here's what I learned. Transformation doesn't start with a title. It starts with your next move. How you reframe your thinking, reclaim your agency, and rename what's possible. If you're done circling and ready to step forward, you're in the right place. Let's make your next move your best move. Welcome back to The Next Move, the podcast where we explore faith, leadership, and personal growth to help you take your next step with purpose and confidence. Folks, I'm your host, Orvin Kimbrough. Today's episode is titled, AI Won't Build Your Business for You. And I want to talk to you about why that matters right now in this season in a world moving faster than most of us feel ready for. There's a lot of noise about artificial intelligence. Some people are actually afraid of it. Some people are worshiping it. Some are quietly wondering if they're already behind. But this episode isn't really about AI. It's about formation. It's about stewardship. And it's about the messy middle, the place where you are building something while God is building you. I don't know who needs to hear this today, but if you're in a season where you're trying to create clarity out of chaos, you are not alone. I'm in it right now. I'm building the Thriver's Path, an ecosystem designed to help people move from feeling stuck to being strengthened. Courses, content, community, system, structure, technology, integration. And I'll be honest with you. There are days when I open my laptop, and I feel sharp. I feel sharp. I feel focused. I feel strategic, and I feel clear. And then there are those days when I think, do I really know what I'm doing? There are moments when I question whether this vision is too ambitious, whether it's too layered, whether it's too different. And then there are quiet mornings where clarity comes, not all at once, but just enough for the next step. That's the messy middle. And that's where most leaders either grow or guess what? Or they retreat. Proverbs 24:3 says, by wisdom, a house is built, and through understanding, it is established. Let's slow that down. By wisdom, not hype. By understanding, not speed, a house is built, not just started. When I read that verse, I didn't just think about business strategy. I thought about stability. I think about stability. I didn't grow up in a stable house. My mother died when I was 8 years old. I moved through the foster care system. I learned early what instability feels like. I learned early what instability feels like, emotionally, physically, structurally. So when scripture talks about building a house with wisdom, I hear redemption. I hear God saying, you got to build what you didn't inherit. Did you catch that? The house might be a business. The house might be a reputation. The house might be a marriage. It might be your confidence. It might be your financial future. But whatever you're building, it requires what? Wisdom. It requires understanding. It requires systems. And that's where AI enters the conversation. AI is a tool. It's a tool. It's a powerful, it's efficient, it's accessible, but it is not your calling. It's not your character, and it will not build your business for you. It can accelerate clarity. It can organize thinking. It can expand your capacity. I know I'm talking to somebody, but it cannot replace formation. That's the tension we're living in right now. And for those of us walking the Thriver's Path, this is a moment that requires discernment. Because the temptation is subtle. The temptation is to outsource your voice. to let the tool define the tone, to let the system become the story. But here's what I've learned, both in business and in life. The tool is not the talent. The system is not the story. You are the vessel and God is the source. When I became CEO of Midwest Bank Center, I didn't inherit a broken institution. I inherited an opportunity. But opportunity without structure is chaos. We had to build systems. We had to clarify mission. We had to align people. We had to invest in digital transformation. Growth didn't come because we worked harder. It came because we worked wiser. That's Proverbs 24:3 in real time. By wisdom, a house is built. And here's the reframe I want to offer you today. What if the messy middle isn't proof that you're behind? What if it's proof that you're building something that hasn't existed before? What if the frustration you feel isn't incompetence? What if it is expansion? What if AI showing you the gaps in your thinking isn't exposure? What if it's refinement? In the Triple R method, the framework that powers the first move in the Thriver's Path, we talk about 3 moves: reframe, reclaim, rename. So let's apply that here. Reframe. Technology is not your competition. This is for somebody. We're all going through something in our organizations right now. You need to hear this. Technology is not your competition. It's your leverage. The real work is still wisdom. Reclaim your lived experience, your trauma, your setbacks, your setups, your resilience, your faith, your failures. That's the differentiator. No algorithm can replicate formation. Oh, Jesus, I hope you heard that. No algorithm can replicate formation. Rename. This season isn't confusion. It's construction. You are not stuck. You are being strengthened. And that's the part we often miss. We want acceleration without formation. We want scale without stewardship. We want clarity without wrestling. But God often does his deeper work where? He does his deeper work in the wrestle. When I was in foster care, I didn't know I was being formed for leadership. I didn't know instability was sharpening discernment. I didn't know uncertainty was building adaptability. I just knew it was hard. Looking back, I can see that the messy middle of my childhood became the classroom for my leadership. Jesus, I hope you caught that. And now in this season of building an ecosystem, I feel echoes of that formation. Different arena, same principle. Clarity takes time. Systems require patience. Wisdom is earned. And here's the deeper truth. AI won't build your business because your business isn't just a structure. It's an extension of your identity. An identity must be formed, not automated. Ooh, I hope you caught that. You can use AI to draft content. But it won't give you conviction. You can use AI to analyze strategy, but it won't give you discernment. You can use AI to increase productivity, but it won't give you purpose. Only formation does that. Only surrender does that. Only walking with God through uncertainty does that. So if you're in a season where you feel stretched, well, good. If you're building something you've never seen before, good. If you are wrestling with tools you're still learning, well, good. That's not a weakness, that's leadership. It's leadership. Because real leadership isn't about having all of the answers. It's about building something that can stand long after the excitement fades. Proverbs doesn't say by speed a house is built. It says by wisdom, and wisdom requires pause. It requires reflection. It requires correction. It requires humility. I've had to admit in this season That clarity doesn't come from trying to be impressive. It comes from being aligned. And alignment is slower than ambition. Alignment is slower than ambition, but it's stronger. It's stronger. It's stronger. So here's your next move. Because you chase the next tool, before you chase the next tool, before you chase the next tool, before you chase the next tool, ask yourself, what house am I building? Is it sustainable? Is it aligned with who I am becoming? Is it built on wisdom or urgency? And where am I trying to outsource growth that God is asking me to steward? Because at the end of the day, this isn't about AI. It's not about any other technology. It's about agency. It's about owning your scoreboard. It's about remembering that nothing replaces formation. Nothing shortcuts wisdom. Nothing substitutes for the work God is doing in you. You are not competing with a machine. You are being shaped by a master builder. And if you let him, this messy middle will not just produce a business, it will produce a wiser you. And that, more than any tool, is what will sustain what you build. So keep building, keep refining, keep seeking wisdom, and trust that this season is not confusion, it's construction. You're not stuck, you're being strengthened. Until next time, keep moving, keep building, and keep trusting the wisdom. Keep trusting the wisdom. Keep trusting the wisdom that God gives you. Thanks for spending time with me on The Next Move. I hope today's reflection helped you see your situation differently and reminded you that you're not stuck, you're being strengthened. If this episode resonated, share it with someone who's standing at the edge of their next move. And be sure to subscribe so you don't miss what's ahead. For deeper reflections, tools, and guided pathways for growth, visit orvinkimbrough.com and explore the Thriver's Path. Until next time, remember, every small step taken with intention moves you closer to the life and leadership you're becoming. Let's keep moving forward together.